a few things. Number one, all the dirt's been moved and we've kind of leveled it out. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a starting point. So that's done. And number two is getting ready to throw the sprinkler heads on when I noticed something rear its ugly little head, quite literally, out of the, well, dirt at this point. So right here, I don't even remember what I was doing over here, but I noticed a sprinkler head popping up out of the ground. So I dug down, and look what treasure I found. Look at that. That goes under the air conditioner. And over to there. It dead ends right before it goes into the box. But then it goes all the way down there and comes down to this nice little mess right here. So what I gather is this was from an older system because it's broken off right there, and we got a little shut-off valve there and right over there, and if it's broken off there, it's obviously not working. It wasn't a problem in the past because I spoke with the previous homeowner and he says the irrigation system that was back here previous to the pads being put in, it all worked. So again, what that tells me is that there was an older system here using PVC piping. They cut them off in certain places and ran the poly lines that I dug out and redid with new poly lines and just left this where it is. But what I'm not sure of is if it ties in to the main out to the street. So to fix this and to make absolutely sure that this isn't going to cause me a problem, so instead of backfilling this all the way, if you'll remember, I was quite the genius and snapped this line right here, which is the sprinkler control line that goes to the box on the house. So this cord, or this set of wires, runs to the manifolds that are in the front. So I got to reconnect that. But what I was thinking, or I should say, well, my beautiful wife was thinking, it was her idea. Take the line out, get it back to about right here, rewire it, reconnect it, and then bury it in this trench that I got right here. So.
Oh, yes, I was coming to tell you I love you.
So I still have to do that. That might be for another day. I have to connect the sprinkler heads, which was the whole reason I came out here today, but I'm losing daylight and quick. And I still got littles that I gotta show some love to. So she always freezes up and doesn't know what to say when I put her on camera. So
I don't know what to say.
So there's our line that we have to rewire, bury along the trench here, and connect back to the control box. But that's another project for another day. On to the main event, and the whole reason I came out here. To begin with, we're going to start connecting some sprinkler heads. That air conditioner really adds to the feel and the ambiance of the video, right? Also, how do you like that blown out background? It's great. It's great. Love it. Love it. So that's my best guess as to where the head needs to go. It's about even with the pavement there. And once the sod goes down, it should be even with the sod, but we'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. So that is one head down and only 12 more to go. So let's have some real talk for a moment. What have we learned thus far? Well, number one, obviously, dig your trenches before you run your lines. The reason for that, you run your line from your box through your trench to where a head's gonna go. You cut the line, you put one of these suckers on to where you cut that line right there, and then run your line from this end to the other sprinkler head. Put your swing pipe onto the top here, and that's gonna go up to your sprinkler head. Sprinkler head, your elbow connector goes like that, and then it connects to your swing pipe. I did it so bass-ackwards, it's not even funny. But like I've always said and always maintained, I am not an expert. I'm just a guy who's trying to figure out this junk as I go along and teach it to all of you. Maybe you learn something from my mistakes, or I pick up some nuggets here and there and pass it on to you, and maybe it's something you didn't think about. I don't know. Speaking of the swing pipe, I've seen a lot of varying opinions on this. The guys over at my supply store, they said no more than 6 feet of swing pipe coming off of your main line up to your sprinkler heads. In other online forums, I've read that you're not supposed to do more than 1 foot to 2 feet of swing pipe. And furthermore, I've read about guys who've put about 15 to 20 feet of swing pipe onto their lines to run up to their sprinkler heads and not had a loss of pressure. And that's the key. Everybody's saying you don't want a lot of swing pipe because you're gonna lose pressure. Is that gonna be the case for me? I don't know. In some areas, I've got like this one, for instance, this is definitely more than 6 feet. But I'm gonna use it anyway and see if it causes a problem and go from there. If I gotta fix it, I gotta fix it. I really don't care. That's all part of the learning experience. That's what I enjoy about doing this stuff. I love to just dive in, get to working, get to doing it, and just kind of learn as I go. So there it is. And as for the heads, why did I go with the Mini Pros? I mean, honestly, it's what the guy at my supply store recommended. It's what they keep in stock and have tons of supplies for, all different kinds of nozzles that can go on these. So I like that I can go from 90 degrees to 180 degrees on these. It's just, they're really easy to work on from what he was showing me. So that's why I went with these. Is it a good choice? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll regret doing this. Maybe it was a huge waste of time and money. Who knows? But I'm going with it, putting on my elbows like so, and then connecting to the swing pipe. You don't need clamps or anything like that because that elbow, it's a braided line. It's got a nice little edge on the back side of it because it kind of does that number right there so that when the line goes on there, it doesn't come off under pressure, and that's why you don't need the clamp around the bottom there. So little tidbit if you're doing this yourself and you have no idea what you're doing. That's what I learned. There you go. Trying to keep these even with the pavement, so I might have to raise this one up a little bit so that when the trash grass gets here, it'll be even with the trash grass and the pavement, and all will be right in the world. I don't know what's better, this lighting right now or my lovely pile of trash I got going on back here. Too many DIY projects. So hopefully all will be well when the secondary water kicks on in a couple of weeks and I won't have any problems, fingers crossed. But if I do, luckily everything is exposed and I can just simply dig down into the dirt and fix it if I've got any broken lines or issues anywhere. and I don't have to dig up my trash grass. We're making progress, but we still got a long ways to go. We gotta wire in the new control box, splice together the new wire to run to the manifolds in the front. Still gotta clean up the irrigation control box, level that out, make that look all pretty, church it up a little bit. We still got a ways to go, not to mention having to lay down the trash grass when it finally gets here. I wanna end with this thought. Don't let this kind of stuff intimidate you and scare you. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. Our family motto is, if it's hard, it's worth it, and saves you a crap ton of money. There can be an overwhelming amount of information online when it comes to lawn care and doing all this kinds of stuff, and it can scare you away. I get it. I get overwhelmed easily as well. But just take a breather, relax, just take your time going at it, figuring it out as you go along, or watch idiots like me, and have fun with it. I think that's where I'll end it for this one. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Share it out to all your friends, family, neighbors, loved ones. Email it to them. Send them a postcard. I don't know, whatever it is you do. Thanks for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I will catch you in the next one. Here's the little punk that caused all that work to begin with. Thanks, you little jerk.